very lucky to be joined here tonight by three exceedingly talented people. Would you please welcome Fred Armisen, Carrie Brownstein, and Jonathan Krusell. Fred, you know, I remember speaking to you maybe about 5 years ago for a story during the middle of a writer's strike when Saturday Night Live was dark, and you were occupying your time with these kind of quirky online videos that you were making with Carrie called Thunder Ant.
Yeah.
And in one, she was interviewing you, and you were playing Saddam Hussein, but you were playing him as if you were a sort of British rock musician of the 1960s.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that we did, and that's like one of the, you know, that's what I could tell that it was going to be something that would last a little while.
So do you think of Thunder Ant as, was that sort of the genesis of what Portlandia would eventually become?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's from that the show became eventually what it was, but that was the kind of roots of it all.
Right. When you even pitched it to IFC, were they just like, what?
They actually weren't like that.
That was, yes. Yeah.
But I liked how you dropped a what like that. That's a really great catchphrase for you, I think.
You're going to be the what guy now.
Fred, I think some people may know this about you. I mean, you were a very accomplished musician already before you got to
I think the word is brilliant.
Sorry, right. You did tell me to say brilliant.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
thank you, yeah.
Sorry. And Carrie, you were also in a band that some people on this stage might consider one of the greatest rock bands of all time. What is it about rock music and comedy? I mean, is it that are rock musicians all aspiring comedians to some extent?
Hopefully not. That I don't know. I guess there's just a fearlessness and a danger and kind of a willingness to go to a precipice and to take a leap and to do something messy. And I think all of us are willing to have moments that feel ungraceful and clumsy and a little bit unruly. And then hopefully to kind of steady ourselves and to sort of balance between those two things.
And also, many of my favorite comedy groups had an element to them that seemed like they were a kind of a band, like Monty Python or Kids in the Hall. There's something about them that had a very sort of rock quality to them.
When I saw the Thunder Ant videos, I'm like, let's not treat this like a television show. Hey, let's have fun. Let's try some stuff out. There's low pressure, which I think is the musicians in a recording studio is like, hey, let's see if we come up with a song. We didn't. Oh well. You know, take the pressure off, and I think when you watch it, you're like, oh, I haven't seen something like that before. So that did come from the music world in a way.
Carrie, do you feel like of the three, you sort of have the most direct claim to the Pacific Northwest and to Portland?
I mean, technically, like, yes, I was born in Seattle. I've never lived anywhere else.
Right.
So technically, yes, but that is a blessing and a curse because it doesn't actually serve me any better than anyone else, I don't think.
Right. For those who have perhaps never been to the real Portland, I mean, is it?
It's weirder.
Yeah.
Way more messed up than our show. Yeah, it's a really bizarro place.
Right.
It's oddly beautiful. Like
Okay, that's a nicer way. No, it is beautiful. I'm like a kid that grew up with like really great parents and I'm still complaining about it. It's amazing. The Northwest is amazing.
Was there a lot of brainstorming, even going into that first season, about characters or even the kinds of people that you might encounter there, who would populate a place like this?
We would just look at certain stores like the feminist bookstore and just kind of imagine what those people would look like. I don't think we even knew people like that specifically. And then just we'd try on costumes and stuff. That just kind of somehow came together. So
But trying to go for that reality, like there's those characters, Kath and Dave. We first meet them like trying to get the dog free who's tied up outside the restaurant, and it was like, there's a very specific Portland thing of like almost dressing like you're going camping every day.
and just in that very first season, even before Portlandia had started airing, did you find that the local population were they sort of generally helpful? Were they a little bit wary of what you were doing?
So helpful. Just sort of let us everywhere. Stores, streets, shut down streets. Like the police department there lets us use their cars.
It's true.
It's not a joke. I mean, we
The cop is like 100 yards away, and we're just in there, and there's the computer
Yeah.
and a weapon, and
Yeah.
like he's just off like talking to a skateboarder.
Yeah, this was real. And he's like, yeah, that's buttons for this, and that's the siren, and that's it. And just picture like New York is very different.
Yeah. Does every feminist bookstore in Portland claim to be the inspiration for women and women first?
Well, there's just one,
Oh. Oh.
and we shoot there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fred went in and bought a lunar calendar.
Yeah. It was hand drawn. It was like a drawn
Yeah, it was very.
calendar.
Yeah.
And I was just obsessed with that place. It was just, there's so many rules that were written on the walls, and
They have a sign that says Wi-Fi password feminism.
Did you think it was in any way sort of risky to to be having fun with these kinds of people?
The seriousness with which these characters that we're sort of lampooning like take themselves, they probably don't watch TV.
One of the things that is, more or less constant through the show and the different characters is that, it's often focusing on duos, and that, often Fred and Carrie are playing couples, or if it's a character that Fred does, there's some kind of an analog for Carrie to play. Is that by design? Is that important to you that be one of the dynamics of the show?
I think it's the most important thing because I think people when they watch the show, it's the friendship that brings you back. It's that dynamic, and you can see, oh, those people look like they're having fun. And I think this is what Portlandia has, is this real dynamic between two people. And that's what makes it different, and it's that relationship that you're coming back for. What is the dynamic between the two of them in this?
Before you go into production on a season, do you have kind of formal, a writer's room, people sitting around a table, pitching ideas, writing sketches?
That part is pretty traditional and formal. Like, we started in Los Angeles, and we're at a studio there, and we do come in every day and just try to put ideas up on a board, and we pitch ideas, and that part of it, I would say, is pretty
But it's
formal.
it's very small. It's the three of us, maybe one other person, so
Yeah.
Wow.
it's pretty small, and try to keep it to the Portlandia voice.
Right, and then, so all the writing is done even before you go out on location to start filming, or that can
Most
be
of it.
happening?
It's usually outlined. It's heavily improvised because this is going to sound lame, but I came up with this idea that comedy is like alchemy. It's like this weird thing that you're trying to create, but once you lock into rules, it's not good anymore. You got to really go, oh, it's this over here. That's fine.
But you're making artisanal television. You're really doing it on the scene.
That's right.
You should respect that.
Yeah, thank you.
It's all yours.
We're going to use it.
Right. So we're going to start taking questions from the audience that people would like to ask.
Is your baby gonna ask a question?
I know what this is about. Here's the deal. Yeah. Legally, I can't discuss what... You and I, look, we're just buddies, okay? And, Boston's a crazy city. Who knows what happens? But
Congratulations on the birth of your child.
Yeah.
Yes.
we don't know that's his child.
Oh, okay.